At Cultivate, we love seeing kids get involved in sports. And athletics can be an incredible outlet that can build resilience, teamwork, and strong work ethic. But with the increasing demands of youth sports today, it's more important than ever to support their growing bodies and developing nervous systems. If you're a parent watching from the sidelines, you've likely tried it all. Strength training, stretching routines, dialed in nutrition, and even mindset coaching. But there's one foundational system that gets overlooked despite being responsible for coordinating every movement, reaction, and recovery: the nervous system. With kids training harder and competing more than ever, their bodies and brains are under constant stress. And when the nervous system can't keep up, it starts to show, not just in their performance plateaus or reoccurring injuries, but also in disrupted sleep, heightened anxiety, sensory overwhelm, digestive struggles, and burnout. We take a different approach by focusing on the regulation and the ability of the nervous system. We help young athletes move better, recover faster, and experience more ease and joy in the sports they love. Let's talk about how we can support your child's performance from the inside out. When Matt experienced a season-ending hit during football that completely changed his day-to-day life, a fall on the field led to a sciatic nerve pain, drop foot, and difficulty walking. His left foot was constantly tingling, and he needed to wear a boot just to stay steady and avoid falling. He was even on crutches at one time. Getting around was hard. Sleep was almost impossible, and his body and mood were in survival mode. His nervous system was clearly overwhelmed. At the time, Matt was doing everything he could. He was using e-stim, he was stretching with bands, working to regain his sensation by walking barefoot on different textures, and preparing for physical therapy. But recovery isn't just about the body. It's also about how well the nervous system can regulate and reconnect. With increasing his chiropractic care, which focuses on nervous system regulation, Matt started noticing big shifts. His pain decreased, his sleep improved, and he began walking more confidently. The tingling sensation started to fade. But even more powerful, his mindset and energy changed too. He began to smile more, feel more like himself, and reconnect with his goals. His biggest at that time was to make the baseball team in the spring and then football in the fall. Fast forward, he played an entire football season strong, confident, and pain-free. He's back to playing outside with his friends, riding his bike, throwing passes, and chasing down his dreams. His stamina has improved, his ability to focus and lead on the field has grown, and best of all, he's off all the pain medications. Today, Matt isn't just recovering. He's competing, he's leading. He was a 9th grader starting on the varsity football team as a quarterback, and his next goal is Division I football. And we're just so incredibly proud of the progress that Matt has made, and we've been so honored to be a part of that journey and to help his story so that he knows that his body has a beautiful system that is his nervous system that's going to regulate and support his athletic performance. So the nervous system, when it comes to your child's performance, their speed, their strength, their coordination, their reaction time, it's not just about muscles. It all starts with a nervous system, the communication highway between the brain and the body. Whether your child is sprinting down the field, stepping up to the plate, or practicing their balance on the beam, each movement begins with a message from the brain that must travel efficiently through the spine and the nerves. If that communication is disrupted in any way, even the most talented athletes can feel held back, not by a lack of effort, but by an overwhelmed nervous system. The 3 layers of disruption we often see in our office, we often identify a pattern we refer to as neurospinal dysregulation, which can show up as structural misalignment and imbalance, creating stress in the joints and the soft tissues that can often lead to injury. Tension, restriction, and limited mobility. These are going to impact how the body moves and recovers. Neurological interference is going to disrupt the brain's ability to accurately coordinate movement and balance and also performance. When these layers are present, the nervous system shifts into fight or flight survival mode, which is your sympathetic. They can look like slower reaction times. They can look like muscle fatigue, recurring injury, burnout, and longer recovery periods. The often overlooked reason for burnout and inconsistent performance, most parents and coaches assume that injuries or struggles in sports are purely physical, more stretching, better mechanics, or stricter training, but often find the root issue is stress on the nervous system. Whether it's from repetitive motion, intense schedules, emotional pressure, or poor recovery, a dysregulated nervous system can't efficiently switch between go mode and recovery mode, leading to inconsistency, tension, frustration, and exhaustion, physically and also emotionally. How we measure what matters with INSiGHT scanning technology. At Cultivate, we use INSiGHT scans to understand how the nervous system is functioning beneath the surface. This helps us move beyond managing symptoms and getting to the root cause of what's holding your young athlete back. Surface EMG scans shows how well the brain is coordinating movement, balance, and stability, which is going to reveal muscle fatigue, compensation patterns, and asymmetries. Heart rate variability shows how adaptable and resilient your child's nervous system is, giving us insight as to how well they're recovering from their physical and emotional stress. That's key, guys, right there. These scans help us build a care plan that's specific for your child, restoring balance, reducing stress on the nervous system, and helping them thrive on and off the field. So this is an example of a SEMG scan, which is an extremely common pattern to see among young athletes who are frequently injured. Has a lot of asymmetrical tension and subluxation in the neck and the shoulders, and the lower back and the sacral region. These are going to lead to all sorts of muscular imbalances in the shoulder and the upper extremities, and then again in the lower extremities and the legs, with this tension and subluxation sitting right in the main neurospinal core. All sorts of compensation, strains, sprains, and go like so many things beyond just performance. So we want to make sure that they're recovering, they're well and whole. Today's youth sports environment is intense, from early specializations to packed practice schedules, weekend tournaments, and constant pressure to perform. Many kids are facing burnout before they even hit teenage years. At Cultivate, we take a different approach, one that goes beyond short-term performance and focuses on long-term resilience and regulation. Through neurologically focused chiropractic care, we support your child's vagus nerve and their parasympathetic system, the part of the nervous system that focuses on rest, recovery, digestion, emotional regulation, and immune function. When this system is functioning well, your child doesn't just perform better, they recover better. They get to sleep more deeply, they regulate stress easier. So unlike ice baths or anti-inflammatories that only provide temporary relief, our chiropractic focus helps the body reset at the root level, enhancing the nervous system's ability to adapt, repair, grow stronger over time. This creates a foundation not just for sustainable performance, but for lasting health and well-being for your young athlete. Because we believe every young athlete deserves to feel strong, confident, and supported both on and off the field. Helping your young athlete thrive now and into the future, as a parent or coach, you're already doing so much to support them. From investing in the right gear and showing up at practice and focusing on nutrition and mindset and recovery. But there's one often overlooked piece, and it influences it all. It's the nervous system. If your child's nervous system is stuck in stress mode, constantly on, unable to rest, and it can actually hold them back from living their fullest potential. Not only does it increase the risk of injury and burnout, but it also limits their ability to perform, recover, and enjoy the sport that they love. The difference between a good athlete and a thriving one comes down to this unseen advantage: a nervous system that's fully connected, adaptable, and resilient. At Cultivate, we focus in helping young athletes regulate and optimize their nervous system. We utilize INSiGHT Scan technology and precise adjustments to help remove those stressors that are stuck on their nervous system. So we're going to see better coordination, faster recovery, and a renewed sense of confidence both on and off the field. We've walked alongside so many athletes who broke through plateaus, bounced back from setbacks, and found their joy again. Let's start supporting your child at the source, not just for today's game, but for a life of health and performance. We look forward to serving your family at Cultivate.